Hello friends, in today's video we are going to talk about AMI. So what is AMI? AMI is nothing but an Amazon machine image, and Amazon machine image is nothing but a template which has your operating system, all the softwares and configurable files packed together. So you can also create an AMI file with your operating system and you can make it either private for your own purpose, or you can also sell it out in public by publishing that in AWS Marketplace. There are already a lot of AMI images available in Marketplace, which has OS with some pre-configured softwares which is related to machine learning, which is related to IoT, which is related to big data. So a lot of companies are creating their own AMI images and they're selling it out in market. Instead of creating an EC2 instance and installing all the servers, you can buy those AMI images and you can start your project quickly. So this is the use of AMI images. AMI images is also widely used in autoscaling, where you have to quickly scale out your cluster. In that case, you can't wait for your ops guy to come and install all the softwares in your cluster. So you just create an image and then you create an instance group based on the AMI image, so that whenever you have to scale out your cluster, it will come with pre-configured softwares already in it. So that's it about AMI theory. Now let's go to our AWS console and see a demo in it. So let me first create an EC2 instance. I'll go to launch instance, select Ubuntu. I'll choose T2 micro and add storage, security groups. Let me add security groups to open SSH and HTTP port, review, and then launch. So let me log in into this EC2 instance and then install certain softwares. And after installing those softwares, I will create an image and I'll publish this instance as an image. So I have copied the IP address. Let me log in into my PuTTY quickly. SSH auth browse, open it. Okay, I think it has already started. Why is it not letting me log in? Ubuntu IP address is correct. Let me go to SSH auth browse cd auth, open. So now I have logged in into my EC2 instance. Let me go to sudo apt-get update. And now sudo apt-get install default -adk. This should install Java version 11 in my server. So you can install any number of softwares you want in an EC2 instance and then sell it off as an image in the marketplace. So for our demo purpose, let me just install JDK in this. Let us wait for some time until the Java has been installed fully. I think we're almost there. Okay, it says done. So let me test Java. So Java has been installed. So let me close this PuTTY session and let me create an image. How do I create an image? Let me give a name. I'll give this as master image. and I'll go to actions. I'll select image and create image. I have to give some name, so I'll name it as Ubuntu Java followed by today's date, and I'll give some description as Ubuntu with Java and create image. Fantastic. So let me go to AMIs under image and see whether the image has been created. Let me give this same name here, it's although optional. So creation of image will generally take time. So if you just guess what could be the size of this image, it could be somewhere in GBs, because it will have the operating system, it will have all the softwares, all the applications. In our case, this will have Ubuntu OS along with JDK installed in it. I think we have to wait for a minute until the status of this AMI gets changed. So the image is now ready. So let us go and go to our instances, and when you're creating a new instance under my AMIs, you should be able to see the image which we just created. Okay, so now the AMI has been created. So the next step is to create a template. So let me go to launch template and create launch template. Let me give some name here like Ubuntu Java detail monitoring, and then come down. Let me select the AMI Ubuntu Java. So this is the AMI which we just created, and launch type could be T2 micro, key pair could be CD-auth or whatever key pair you have, and security groups, let me open HTTP and SSH. Let me go to advanced details and enabled CloudWatch monitoring, and then we are done with a template and create. So we have created an AMI, we have created a template, launch template for that machine image. Now let us go to our autoscaling group and try to create an autoscaling group for this launch type. Create autoscaling group, launch template, Ubuntu Java, and this is the image this is the template which we just created. So let me select that and go to next. Let me give some name as my scaling group, and this is the default VPC. Let me select a couple of subnets here and go to advanced. There are certain concepts which we missed to cover in our autoscaling video, so let me cover all those things here. So once you create an autoscaling group and you scale out your cluster to 10 EC2 instance, so you need to have some load balancer which will distribute a load equally among those instances, right? So if you have a load balancer already created, click this checkbox, and here you can configure your classic load balancer. If in case you're using an application layer 7 load balancer, you can use target groups, where you can specify your target groups here. For this demo, we don't need a load balancer, so we will uncheck this box. And then there's another interesting concept called instance protection. So once I click this, it is saying protect from scaling. So let us discuss what is scaling protection. So let us study this image for a while. So when you create an instance, you select a default number of instances which should be created. So let's assume you create 2. So what this autoscaling group does is it creates 2 different instances in 2 different availability zones. So if we go back to our AWS console, we have selected AWS availability zones, and we have also given the default number size of instance which should be created, right? So say for example, you have created an alarm when you say when the CPU utilization goes beyond 80%, in that case add 1 more instance. So adding instances into your cluster is called scale out, and terminating instance is called scale in. So whenever you have to add new instances into your cluster, we call that as scale out. So in such scenario, when the CPU utilization has gone beyond 80%, and when you say add 1 more instance, the autoscaling group quickly adds 1 new instance in any one of the available zones. So you have 3 instances now, and then your CPU utilization comes down to 30%. And when it comes down to 30%, you have given a condition like when it comes to normal situation, then just run with 2 instances. So now your autoscaling group has to terminate one of the instance. So how will your autoscaling group know which instance to terminate? So there are a lot of custom rules which you can give, but by default the autoscaling group decides based on the availability zone. So in this case you have two availability zone, and in both this availability zone you have in first availability zone you have 2 instances, and the second availability zone you have just 1 instance. So it is pretty easy to decide for the autoscaling group to delete one instance from availability zone 1. Why? Because if it deletes the instance in availability zone 2, and in some case of natural disaster or any reason, it could be if the availability zone 1 goes for a toss, then all your data will be wiped out. So to maintain a protection, to protect your data, it will always keep a balance. If there are more than one instance, it will always create those instances in different availability zones. So for that purpose, it will delete one of the instance in availability zone 1. Now, so in availability zone 1, you already have 2 instances. So how will it decide which instance to create? So when we create an autoscaling group, and when you say give 2 instance, create your autoscaling group with a minimum of 2 instance, in that case you have an option called protect from scale in. So when you give this option protect from scale in, so whenever your autoscaling groups tries to scale in your cluster, it will not touch these instances and it will not delete those instances. It will only delete those instances which is not protected from scaling. So we will also see a small demo in this termination policy. So let's go back to our AWS console. So this is the AWS console scene. Here we have almost 6 availability zones, and I say start with 1 instance, and this 1 instance will be protected from scaling. So at no point of time this instance will be deleted. So let me go to next and use this radio button. Let me say go up to 10, and let me click this, create a simple scaling policy. Let me create an alarm saying that let me disable this notification if the CPU utilization is more than 80%, and if it remains like that for a minute, then do what? Then add 2 instances. And we will also have a decrease through policy where I say that if the CPU utilization is less than or equal to 30%, and if it remains like that for 1 minute, then delete the 2 instances which we just created. So I will queue number 2, and the auto scaling group conditions have been set. I will make this as simple scaling group as well. Alright, now go to next, and review and create. So we have created our auto scaling group. So we have to test a couple of things. First thing, we have to log in into our EC2 instance, which is still not being provisioned. As soon as this is ready, we will log in and we will check whether the Java has been already installed, because when we created this auto scaling group with the template, we have used an AMI image which we have created, which has Java already inbuilt in it. So we will first check that condition. So let us wait for some time until this status is changed. Okay, so now that our instance is ready, we can say that it is protected from scale in. Alright, so let me click this. Let me give a name for this instance. Let me say protected. Let me copy this IP address. Let me quickly go to PuTTY, Ubuntu @IP address, SSH auth cd open. Okay, so let me quickly check whether Java has been installed. Yes friends, as you can see, the Java has already been installed. So now it's time to check the scale in and scale out condition and how the protection works here. So let me create a duplicate session. We will do the same exercise which we did in our auto scaling video. I will give the dd command and I will check whether it has been scaling out, and when it is scaling in, we will see whether the instances has been, which instances are getting deleted. Alright, so now the CPU capacity is 0. When we do this exercise, it's better we stay in the auto scaling group page. So these are the instances. So let me copy this dd command and hit enter. So now CPU utilization should reach to 34 and sooner it should reach its 96%. So now let us wait for our auto scaling group to spin up 2 more instances, because that's what we have given here in scaling policy. If it is above, okay, this is the decrease group, so let me come down. If it is above 80%, add 2 capacity units. So let me go up, let me click on instances, and let's wait for some more time until it adds 2 more instances for it. So guys, the scale out policy has worked out and auto scaling group has provisioned 2 additional EC2 instances for us. So let us wait for some time until these 2 instances gets ready, and then we will switch off our dd command, and then we will wait for the scale in condition to work. Yes, so as you can see, the protected from is scaling for these 2 instances as well, so it has inherited this property from the master EC2 instance. So we will remove this protection from these EC2 instance, otherwise when the scale in policy works, it will not able to terminate any EC2 instance. So let me right click protection, instance protection, and remove scale in protection. And also I will remove this EC2 instance from the protection. Either you can right click or you can go to actions and click on instance protection, remove scale in protection. So let me just check whether I have removed the correct instance from protection. Let me go to this EC2 instance and check the name. So the name which we have given for this EC2 instance was protected. Yes. Okay. So if I remove this filter, you should be able to see there are 4 EC2 instances here. This is the master image. So let me filter it with the one which is running. Instance state running. Okay. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 EC2 instances. Let's ignore this because this instance we created to create an image. And so this was the image, this was the EC2 instance which got created by the auto scaling group, and these 2 instances got created during the scale out policy. So let us name this as scale out temp. Oops. So let me just give temp, and let me click here, let me give the name as temp. Okay, so you can also see whether this instance has been protected. Okay, I don't see an option here, so that's fine. So let us go back to auto scaling group, and now let's revisit our instances. We have 1 instance which is protected and we have 2 more instances which is not protected. So now let me go back to our putty. So this is a putty and the CPU utilization is now 96%. Let me switch off this dd command. So I have just the dd process which is running in the EC2 instance, and the CPU utilization came back to 0. So now the scale in functionality should be triggered. So let me refresh the screen. I think we have to wait for a minute until the auto scaling group triggers the scale in functionality. So guys, as you can see, after a minute, the auto scaling group started terminating these two instances. Now these two instances were not protected from scale-in, so it has deleted only those instances which were not deleted from scale-in protection. So let us go back to our instances and check. So the only instance which are currently running were the master image which we created initially, and this was the protected instance which got created by the auto scaling group, and the one which is protected by the scale-in protection option. Other than that, the new instances which got created are deleted during the scale-in process. So guys, that's it for today's video. In today's video, we just saw how to create an AMI image, how to publish that image in Marketplace, and how to use an AMI image to scale in or scale out your auto scaling group. So if you like this video, please like, share and comment, and thank you so much for watching this video.